Good morning, students. Till date, you have already gone through the chapter number 18, that was collection, organization, and presentation of data. You learned how to collect the data, what are the sources of data, then how to organize the data because the raw data was collected, then how to organize it, how to make classification of the data, and then how to present the data. You learn how to make the series, individual, discrete, and continuous series, now with the frequencies, as well as you learn the presentation of data in the algebraic form, diagrammatical form, and graphical form. Then, do you know that is it enough? It's not enough because it's not giving you the meaningful conclusion what one wanted to get. As you know, the data is so large, and that large data is not so easy to keep in our memory, to remember it as well as to understand it. Yes, it is presented over there. So what is the conclusion of it? Then it is very important that one must know the basic objective of the statistical method and analysis is to summarize the information in the condensed form, and data collected, that is raw data, that should be properly classified. But the classification of data is the primary step. The classification may not help to conclude the meaningful inferences or meaningful conclusion. So it becomes required to use some statistical methodology in order to get or extract the meaningful analysis, meaningful conclusion. So it is very important to ascertain or to summarize the data in the condensed form as to express its characteristics in a single value. Expression of the characteristics of the whole data, entire data, in a single value, and that single value will help you to conclude the meaning of the information so collected, and that is called central value. The measures of central value mean the method of calculating that central value of the data so collected and properly classified, organized, which is also known as average. So here we will study how to ascertain the average. An average is a single value that is representative of all items of a series. So many items are there in the series. The data is large. That is not reflecting the meaning and is not easy to understand as well as to conclude. Then undoubtedly, the classification of data is very important, very necessary. But it may not help you to conclude the meaningful inferences or meaning of it for the judgment purposes. That is average. The whole data is there, entire data is there, and that entire data representative by the some value mean the entire data is the cluster around that value. मीन वो एक क्लस्टर है कि एक गुच्छा बना करके एक ग्रुप बना करके उसको घेरे रहते हैं. मीन दैट लाइज इन द मिडिल ऑफ द एंटायर डेटा. दैट इज कॉल्ड सिंगल वैल्यू representing to the entire grid, and that single value also expressing the characteristics of the entire data. That is called average. In the words of Croxton and Cowden, the two great statisticians, they have defined it as an average is a single value within the range of data. Mean the data are there, the lowest and highest data, highest figure, in between that, within that range, that single value lies. Range of data that is used to represent all the values, which represent all values in the series. Since an average is somewhere within the central range, which may have the data, it is sometimes called measures of central value. So, for example, you see how it can be defined, how it can be understand. See it. Suppose you have collected some information. That is, I am taking very small example. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These figures are before you. That is a series or data collected. What inference you are getting it from it? No. Then you have to extract that value which is central one of this particular series, the entire data of that group. How to ascertain? Then you have to ascertain the average of it. Either you just total, mean sum of the total number of items. इसका total 1, 2, 3, 3, 6, 4, 10, 5, 15, 6, 21, 7, 28, 36, 9, 45. This is the total. The sum of the series divided by number of items, that is 9. 45 upon 9, it's 5. 5 is representing to all these series. Mean that is lying in the central, in the middle. And these 1, 2, 3, 4 figure, 1, 2, 3, 4 figure. This is the clustering it, mean उसको अपने बीच में घेरे हुए. That is called average. I think that you have understood it. So that's called average. So I'm not going in deep of the advantage, disadvantage, objective of this average or characteristics of the average. So we'll talk to the point because we have no more time, as we already spent more time in the lockdown. So see here, we will learn types of averages. Types of averages. I think you have understood the average. Average is what? Average is what? A single value which represents the entire data is called the average. So types of averages which we will learn here. That is mathematical. Two are there. Mathematical average and positional average. Mathematical average arithmetic mean geometric mean arithmetic mean, geometric mean and harmonic mean. Arithmetic mean can be further classified simple average and weighted average mean. These are the types of averages. Now further positional. Median, mode. Median and mode is the positional one. Median, quartile and mode. This is the mathematical one which we calculate here. Means the positional, which expresses the position of that item or that single value, single item which lies in the middle of that or in the such position of the whole series or entire data. That we will get. So we will learn as per your syllabus the ISC, that is we will learn simple average and weighted average under the arithmetic mean, and median, quartile and mode will study. We will discuss it. Now arithmetic mean under the mathematical average, the arithmetic. What is the meaning of arithmetic mean? Arithmetic mean is the number which is obtained by dividing the sum of the values of the all items of a series by the number of items. That is called arithmetic mean. As earlier in example when I was explaining that one, how many number of series items are there in one series? First of all, total of that one, that is called sum. Total of that series divided by number of items कितने हैं उसे divide करते हैं तो arithmetic में निकला. Such as suppose x is the size of item. Size of item. That may be many, so many. x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus x4 plus x5 divided by 1 2 3 4 5. यानी कि x का जो वैल्यू है, x2 की जो वैल्यू है, x3 की जो वैल्यू है, x4 की जो वैल्यू, x5 की जो वैल्यू, all these values are totaled. That is called sum of the value of the item of the series divided by number of item 1 2 3 4 5 divide, then you will get the arithmetic mean. This is simply, and you can present it x bar above the hyphen is there, that is called bar. X bar is equal to summation or sigma n x, sigma which represent the sum of the value of the items of the series, that is called sigma or summation. X means size of item divided by number of items, which is called number of items. You will get the value. This is the simple way to ascertain the arithmetic mean. As I have earlier explained, the two under the mathematical averages we will learn, we will study, that is arithmetic mean and weighted average mean. Now, how to calculate the arithmetic mean? That is very important and most important. See, as the data collected, that is divided into the several series. That series is are individual series, discrete series, and continuous series. Under individual series, in a very simple language, you understand it. Data so collected, the each number, each size of item does not repeat itself. That comes in that series one time or single time. So that is called individual series. Discrete series, that items are there, but these items repeat itself in that group, in the size, in that size, but that is not classified into the classes or in the groups. The one item is there but repeats so many times, such as marks obtained by the students between 0 to 50. Then within 50 these items are there. Of 100 students, the some of them may get 10 marks, 20 marks, few may get 50 marks, only one may get 49 marks, likewise. So that item is not repeating, it is repeating, so group is there. But if it is not repeating, then that is called discrete series. But repetition of it, so many times that number is coming, that is called frequency of that. So in it there is only size of item, in it there is size item as well as frequency of it. Size of item, size of item and frequency. But in continuous series, the data is so large and then that is classified into the group. That class is there. So we get X as 0 to 10, that is class, 10 to 20, 20 to 30 and so on. And between 0 to 10 or 10 to 20, some items are there, that is called frequency of it. So in this X and frequencies are there. This is the basic character of the individual series, discrete series and continuous series. And how it is calculated, I am writing over here the formula of it, and then after one by one I will solve some questions of it and you have to practice on it. Right? So the formula used in this series, go down it, then after I will explain it. That can be calculated by the two methodology or two methods, that is direct method and shortcut method. First I will write formula of it, then after one by one we will solve it. Under direct method, the formula of it is x bar represent to the average, is equal to summation x upon n or sigma x upon n. Mean the items are given individually, that is given individually, the total of all items, the values of all items in that series divided by number of items, you will get this much. In a discrete series, x bar is equal to summation x into f. This dot represent the into multiplication. X into mean each item and frequency will be first multiplied. Whatever product we will get of each items, the sum of that product, that is called sigma x into f upon frequency. Frequency mean that total of number of items, that is called frequency. Same formula we will use here also. X bar is equal to x into f upon f. That is how it will be get. We will get it. We will calculate it later. Under the shortcut method, if the data is so complex, that is complex data, थोड़ा जटिल है, if that is given in the points or decimals, then at that time it becomes difficult to calculate in the direct method. So indirect method or shortcut method we uses it. In this, x bar is equal to a plus sigma x upon n. A denotes the assumed mean. You know, x bar denotes the average, x denotes the item, sigma denotes the total of all the values of items and number of items. Here a is assumed mean of the given items. Any value of any item is presumed as a mean. That is called assumed mean. Then from the size of item x, we will get the difference of assumed mean x minus a. Then we will get the deviation. From x, that is x minus a. Each item minus assumed mean equal to deviation, and deviation of x. The deviation of x, deviation from x, that the sum of the deviation from x divided by number of items, it may positive or negative, plus or minus, summation dx. Then we will get this. Under this method, a plus summation or sigma f dx upon sigma f we get. The same thing. Step 1 is, first we will assume the mean of the given items. किसी एक को मान ले. Usually होता क्या है, कैसे मानना चाहिए, किसको मानिए, किसी को भी. Within that range you can assume any item as a mean, assumed mean. But to make it easy calculation, it is better you take the lowest number item and highest one, total it, divide by 2, whatever average figure comes, that you can presume it as assumed mean. Or which is lying in the middle of the whole series, you can assume it to make it easy only. Otherwise any item can assume. So a, then from a we will get deviation from x, that is x minus a. हर साइज आइटम से हम उस a को घटाएंगे, assume को घटाएंगे, whatever deviation we will get dx or deviation from x. Then the deviation from x will be multiplied with f, frequency of each item will multiply. Then we will get f into dx of each item, so whatever product we will get, then total of that product, sum of the total of that product, divided by total of frequency. That is called sigma frequency. So sum of the frequencies, number of items. We will get the, it is same a plus f dx upon sigma x. Same formula we will use here. This is the formula to calculate it. The step 1 in it, the total of size of item values, all values, divided by number of items. In the shortcut method, step 1 is first you assume a mean of the given item. Assume mean, that is not accurate mean. Then from the x size of each size of item, deduct the a, and then you will get the dx for each item. Division from x. The total of division from x divided by 10. You will get it. The average. Or in the same process, same process. Is it clear now? Now we will take the example for it. Now, in order to explain you the arithmetic mean regarding individual series only, we will take one example that is given in your book, example number 1. The following table gives the daily wages of 10 workers in a factory. The 10 workers, see here, workers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10 workers. Now they are getting wages. The wages given in rupees. $60, $70, $80, $60, $70, $80, $95, $100, $110, $115, $130, $140 and $160. Last. This is number of workers. It is number of workers, and this is wages, mean size of item, which is known as X, which is called X. The values are given in it. 10 employees are there, 10 workers are there, and their wages varies from each other. That is varying from each other, and then what the average wages they are getting, which value represent the whole group of item given in series. So what to do? The first of all, we will sum these value of all items. Sum in the total of all items. See, 0, 1060. The total is 1060. This is called sigma x. Now formula of mean is x bar equal to sigma x upon n, and it is 1060 upon 10. Then average is 106. This is called average mean. Mean this cut 106. This is average mean in the individual series. It's very so simple, very simple. Got it? Now this you calculated under the direct method. This was the direct method. Now same question if you solve and as by applying the shortcut method, how you will calculate? Shortcut method, see. You have to get the same answer. Shortcut. What to do? Of these items, you have to assume any item as a mean. किसी एक को मान लें, तो किसको माना जाए? The very simple thing, you can assume any item as a mean, or the lowest one or highest one, totally divide by 2, then it become 110. 110 can be assumed as assuming, but I am not taking that example as given example. I am assuming any item that I am assuming 100 as an average mean. Assume. Now A is equal to 100. We will calculate deviation from x, mean x minus a, that is x minus a. What is the formula of shortcut? Shortcut method formula is x bar equal to assume mean plus sigma dx upon n. So first we will calculate deviation from x. Prior to calculating or getting deviation from x or dx, we have to assume the mean of the given item, any item. So I have to assume as 100 as assumed mean. Now x minus a equal to dx, 60 minus 100 minus 40, 70 minus 100 minus 30, 80 minus 100 minus 20, 95 minus 100 minus 5, this 0, 110 minus 100, 10, this 15, this 30, this 40, and this 60. Now these negative item you add separately, these negative item you add separately, and then final total. This is 5, 5, 4, 3, 7, 2, 9, 95, and this is 5, 155. Then this is minus, this is plus. It is more than it. Now you will get sigma dx equal to 155 minus 95, 60. But you got 60. Now here x bar equal to, as you mean, 100 plus 60 deviation from x total upon 10. And 6. This is shortcut method.